Krayola, 13th floor in the house, and this is how we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? iOS. What up? Krayola in the house, Paragon Sound Lab, and this is how we do beats. Yo, so when I dive into a beat, really it's driven by the sample, listening to the source of the song and actually envision what it could become. So I'll play a little piece of where it came from, where this track came from. You hear it sounds like something you may not actually hear dope hip hop beat in it. So something like that I would actually take, and then you can see it on the screen behind me, I would take that sample, and I have a way of pulling out from the sample what I want. So what I did was I pulled out the sample from this guy here. As you can hear, the part that's actually the sweetest part that you can get the nice samples from. So what then I do from there is I take that, and then as you can see on the screen, I chop that up. Once you got that, what you do is convert that into a nice pad set so you can actually play those pieces. And I might change the pitch of it, you know, however you like. And then you go to something here where you got your sound. And then you have your different tracks for your beat. And then when you get that put together, then you may have this. Okay, you know where you want to start out, and then you got your track. Now this is without the sample. So you can hear where it's focused on the beat. You got that.
So that's your process. You also are an MC, which is dope because most producer MCs tend to be best because they can complement their style.
I know what you're looking for, yeah.
Right.
What's up?
So what got you really started, and how old were you, man, when you first started doing this?
I was one of those dudes who, after church, went all the way into the other area and started tinkering on the piano, and you had a love for creating music and playing by ear. That love started when I was very young, but I would say the real effort of beat making, actually taking an instrument and laying tracks on tape, by the way, would have started 8th grade going to 9th grade.
Okay, that's interesting. So, you know, most people around the area where you're from may have heard of you. So for the people that don't know where you were from and where you hail from, where do you hail from, and what are your greatest influences from where you hail from?
Greatest influences. I would say greatest influences. I'm from Southeast Washington, D.C., moved to Temple Hills, Maryland, Marlow Heights shortly after that. And then from there, we were in PG County. I went to Morgan State University. I came back down. I lived in Oxon Hill, then moved out to Woodbridge, and now I'm here a little further south than Woodbridge. My greatest influence. It's interesting because I actually started writing rhymes because I saw my sister, who's older than me by so many years, writing rhymes, or at least I thought she was writing rhymes. And actually, she would write things down and she would say, "Who is this?" And I was like, "That's you." She'd be like, "No, that's Michael Jackson." And I never really caught on to that. But as a younger sibling, emulating what you saw your older sibling doing, I was actually writing down my own verse or my own rhymes. So I was in that posture then. But then when it got into, you know, I heard Dougie Fresh, I heard the Fat Boys, that hip hop from the mid 80s, that was the influence because it was the cool stuff that you would break dance to. And anything that you break dance to, you loved it because it put you in the mood. Then came the beatbox with the music that you would break dance to. Then came the whole, I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. And it was like, whoa, this is dope. And little by little, you were emulating it. But it was always that class that was higher than me, or the people that were older than me that you were looking towards to see what they were doing. You were trying to do what they did. So quite naturally, I was watching the people who hung around my sister, which was the older dudes doing the hip hop dance. And she came home from college one time. She went to UMBC. And she came home. She's like, yo, you got to listen to this. I was like, what is this? She was like, this is Public Enemy. This is De La Soul. This is Tribe Called Quest. And my mind was blown. I was like, okay. And then I was sold. And I would sit there and I would just listen to 3 Feet High and Rising. I would listen to People's Distinctive Travels. And I was like, wow, just zone. And so that influence later led to me being in tune with the hip hop. And then, of course, when I got around other like minds who were into music, were into the art, were into that passion, it just blossomed.
Okay, so finally, and last but not least, tell the people where they can find you online, your social media handles. If you got anything on DSP services that they can listen for themselves.
Yeah. Latest album was called Calculated Moves. That's on all streaming services. iTunes, it's on Amazon, it's on Spotify, you name it, it's out there. You can always catch me at Krayola 13 on Instagram.
That's with a K.
That's with
Krayola.
Krayola 13. 13 Krayola, just flip it around. Or you can search for me on YouTube and catch the videos.
All right, man. Well, it was positive conversation, brother, and it's a good experience. And hopefully,
appreciate you, man. Thank
we'll have to do this again.
Indeed, of course.
In this marvelous lab. All right, man. Any closing words you got for
No. Stay tuned.
Okay, peace.